Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another NBA 2K17 Pro Am game. We're going against a team whose name is Sorry for the L, so they're pretty much assuming that they've already won the game, which is not a bad assumption to make. You definitely want that confidence, and judging by their record, they don't lose too often as Brian gets the two-handed slam, but you know, sorry for the L, you better win the game if you got a name like that, so we take the open mid-range and get it to go. We actually have the slasher out today, which you wouldn't be able to tell by that play, but you will by this one. We also got Brian, we got Nick with a sharpshooter, Walsh with a sharp, and then Josh with a playmaker. Josh and I kind of switched bodies for this one. You guys know I've been running with the slasher lately, and usually I run with a playmaking guy, and Josh a lot of times runs with a slasher, but Josh has the playmaker out today, but he's up ahead, looking like the slasher, looking like we have our normal roles out there, as he gets that dunk as they almost take a really bad shot. But what I do want to talk about in today's video is a little bit of NBA Finals action, because the series is kind of slipping away from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yeah, I know they went down 2-0 as that guy misses an open dunk, but you know, they went down 2-0 last year, and they did it again this year. But this one just has a little bit of a different feeling to it, because Kevin Durant and Steph Curry on the same team is proving to be really, really unfair, alright? The Cleveland Cavaliers are a really stacked team. They have the highest payroll in NBA history on that squad, okay? So you can't really feel too bad for them that they're getting their asses kicked when they have pretty much all the help you can have, but at the same time, having the highest payroll doesn't tell the full story in this series, because the Warriors have more talent on their team. We have Kevin Durant, who is just an all-around monster out there, all of a sudden getting calls of being maybe the best player in the world, which is a little bit over-exaggerated. Even the second best player in the world might be a little bit over-exaggerated, but he's the top 5 talent in the league. Steph Curry, you know, pretty much a top 5 talent in the league, as long as you don't bag on his defense too much, which isn't as bad as people think it is. Just his on ball is a little bit questionable, but you have Steph Curry out there shooting lights out. He's shooting really well in these NBA Finals, which is something that he hasn't done in his previous 2 NBA Finals. He hasn't shot Steph Curry-like, but you know, these last 2 rounds of the playoff, Curry's looking amazing out there. Durant, as you guys know, just looking sensational. Even though LeBron is a guy that's on him a lot of the times, LeBron's career has never been really a defensive shutdown guy against the top flight small forwards in the league. When you think about a Kevin Durant, Durant always has good games against him. Carmelo traditionally had good games against them, especially when Melo was in the prime of his career. So LeBron's not a Durant stopper, and then on top of that, it's to conserve some of his energy on the offensive end. That's allowing Durant to just get off, and on top of that, Durant has so much space to work with Curry and Klay Thompson on the outside. You know, it's really not that fair. And, you know, with the Cavs supporting cast not really, you know, showing up too much in this series, not helping them. Part of that is just the great Warriors defense. When I talk about Kevin Durant, you also got to talk about his defense. Steph Curry, not really known for his defense, but, you know, he can get handsy in there. That's the one thing that's, you know, a good thing about, a positive in Steph Curry's defense. He can get handsy. He's good with his hands. Not good with his legs. Pretty good with his hands, though. Can force a lot of deflections, can read passing lanes pretty decently. And then Klay Thompson and Draymond Green are 2 of the better defenders, to say the least, in the NBA, especially Draymond Green, who has a really good chance and in my opinion should win Defensive Player of the Year this year. His all-around versatility is so perfect for this Warriors squad, and would pretty much be pretty good for any squad, but especially the way this Warriors squad is constructed. Draymond Green is just such a dangerous fit. You know, he can guard Kevin Love in the low post. You switch him on LeBron, not a problem either. You switch him on, you know, Kyrie or something like that, not a problem. You really can guard 1 through 5 pretty much as well as anyone in the league. So you have that on your squad. It's just pretty much unfair. So on top of that, there's a couple of things I'm not really too big of a fan of what the Cavaliers are doing right now. A lot of their offense, you know, really the Warriors force you to play a lot of one-on-one, but I don't feel like they're playing the right one-on-one that they should be doing. Their main thing in game 1, which is to run pick and rolls with Steph Curry involved in the action. And the one thing I haven't noticed them doing these first 2 games is running the post-ups for LeBron James. You guys remember in the 2015 NBA Finals, that was the offense. It was put LeBron in the post, and the Warriors gave him the one-on-one a lot. They didn't really double-team him too much, and LeBron feasted in that series. He had literally no one else to play with, but he got his in that series. And they're not running any of that this year, and the Warriors this year still don't have anyone that could guard LeBron in the post. Kevin Durant probably can't. We haven't really seen Durant do it, but I don't think Kevin Durant can do it. Iguodala and Draymond, all those guys have proven they can't do it in the past. LeBron still gets his, and I really don't know why they're not doing it this year that much. Kyrie Irving is getting a lot of, tough shots, which is his forte, but, it's really going to wear him out. They keep on making him do all of that. But at the end of the day, I'm just not sure the Cavaliers have, even though they, get some better offense going, they haven't gotten any of their perimeter shooters any decent looks, besides Kyle Korver, who's just been missing open ones. JR has been completely out of sync in this series. At least in the NBA Finals last year, he was a threat. This year, he's just being well guarded and just not really getting too many good looks for himself. Part of that's the team not creating them, and part of that's just, him maybe losing a little bit of interest, and also maybe him getting worn out on the defensive end since they're forcing him to play, against some of the Warriors' best players. And in general in these playoffs, he's been guarding, the Paul Georges of the world and stuff like that. As that's a nice pass right there to Nick in the corner. We're absolutely kicking ass right now. We got 17 points, 4 assists, more importantly, a 21-point lead in this game. These guys look like they're about to take the L. So yeah, basically what I'm saying is that, yeah, this series is over. I'd love a good series, and I said that from the start. That's what I wanted. And I also said Warriors in 6, because I thought the Cavaliers would put up some sort of fight, but I don't even know this series goes 6 games right now. The Warriors legitimately might not lose a game in these playoffs. That is a realistic thing that's going to possibly happen. If they win game 3, I don't really think there's a shot that the Cavaliers win game 4. If they win game 3, maybe, something cool happens, but, I don't know. There's just way too much talent on the Golden State Warriors, and that's one thing about basketball. You kind of know what's going to happen before the season starts. A couple of things happen differently than you may expect. Like, you don't always know what a champion is. But this year, we knew the Warriors just had a really, really stacked team. 73-9 last year. Lost something to their role players like Harrison Barnes and Spades and Barbosa. But they got Kevin freaking Durant. And still had their main guys. They still had Draymond, Clay, and Steph. And then Durant's just such a great fit for that team. He doesn't take anything away from anyone else besides maybe the ball away from Klay Thompson a little bit less. And, it's not really Steph Curry. Curry's had the ball a lot. But, Klay doesn't really get as much looks as he would have. Clean looks, I should say. He has to work for his offense a little bit more since, they're running a lot of stuff for Curry and Durant and stuff like that. Klay's usually forced to take tough shots, but he made some in that game too. Klay's really been a non-factor in the NBA Finals the last 2 years. And they have that on top of everything else. I mean, Jesus, man. They're going to win every game in the playoffs this year. And they're probably going to have those same guys coming back next year. The one guy that is a real threat to leave, I think Durant and Curry stay, probably take less money, both of them to stay. The one guy that's a threat to leave is Iguodala, but at this point of Iggy's career, he's probably got enough money where he's like, okay, he probably just takes a really low paycheck next year to try to stay on his team and try to keep that core intact. I feel like at this point, he's just such a big piece of that team. When they run their small ball lineup, Iguodala is such a key piece to that team to have that third wing guy. Well, fourth guy, really. I guess Klay Thompson plays like one of those wing defenders. But to have Iguodala, Durant, and Draymond on there, as well as Klay Thompson, is, sparks that small ball. But without Iguodala, really hard to run that lineup. These guys are making a little bit of a comeback right here. We kind of, fell asleep defensively, had some bad rotations, some, not so great paint defense, and it's allowed them to chop this lead up a little bit. So we got to make sure we win this game. So that's basically my opinion right there. And you guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Basically what I'm saying is this series is over, man. As much as I love there to be a series, the Warriors are just too good. And like I said when I first, did a little, playoff preview, the Warriors, I really don't think they're in the business of messing around this year, which is why I feel like they could legitimately win every game in the series. They know there's no taking the foot off the gas pedal. There's no, trying to run some flashy plays or something like that. You see KD and Curry just going at the throat of the Cavaliers. And one thing I really like that they're doing is they are not shying away from LeBron James on the defensive end. When LeBron James is guarding them, they're just going at him. Durant's been going at him a lot. You guys saw Curry got that one spectacular layup. It was a double dribble, but he still got by LeBron for that layup on that one play. Also had like a pull-up 3 in game 1 where he like sidestepped him. But they're going at him and making him work, and that's getting him tired. You can see he's getting tired, and as a result, they got a good game plan this year. They've been playing the pick and rolls when Steph is involved better this year, and should be on pace to win a championship and probably just sweep the whole goddamn NBA. So leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys next time.